From a player's perspective, how do players mentally prepare for the uncertainty of draft night?
Um, a lot of what we do is, just uncertain. I mean, you can go out and prepare, but that doesn't mean that, things are going to go the way you have prepared for them to go. So, a lot of times it's about being able to adjust and midstream adjust on the fly. That's why audibles is such a big thing. And, a lot of the coaches that make adjustments at halftime are some of the better coaches. But just being able to come back with certain individuals have going on. That's why we talk about great coaches. So anyway, you preparing to be your very best, and you always can control what you can't control. You can't control who draft you, but you can control being ready, being prepared. At the end of the day, you will be playing football. So, it's never, over preparing. You can always be overly prepared because you never know what teams are going to throw at you. What I'm saying about that, right? If you over prepare, know your weaknesses, know your strength, and continue to make your strengths better, but also to turn your weaknesses into strengths. So if a team asks you to do something that you're not familiar with doing, at least you have been working on this and making this a strength of yours because you recognize your weakness, and you can go there and fulfill that need for that team as well if they ask you to do something that you're not, used to doing. But it's going to have uncertainties in life, just because it's an NFL job that you're going for, they always say the more you can do, the better. So always have an open mind and always embrace, being uncomfortable, because when you embrace being uncomfortable, that's when true transformation happens, and you could be a better version of yourself, and you could tap into potential that you didn't even know you had.
Gotcha. Nice. Thank you for that information. Now, from an NFL's team's perspective, how do teams balance immediate need versus long-term potential when drafting?
Yeah, that's tricky. Because at the end of the day, you're being drafted for potential, right? So no one knows, the potential of these individual players. We have seen players that I use injuries, for example. I was a big fan of Jay Williams, right? And, we thought Jay Williams was going to have a outstanding career, but a motorcycle accident kind of derailed that. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting, and it was others that I could talk about. Shout out to Chad Jones.